This is the Fertile Mindset podcast, where we explore all the emotional aspects of fertility to support you on your path to parenthood. My name is Sarah Holland. I'm the Fertile Mindset coach and a mother to 2 children after my own fertility challenges. I hope you find all the support and inspiration you need within this podcast to carry you forward on your fertility journey towards your own successful outcome. It's also my wish that through listening to these episodes, you rediscover how to enjoy life now and live it to the full while you wait for your baby. Now, let's begin today's episode. Hello and welcome back to the Fertile Mindset podcast. This is our penultimate episode of the year in which the Fertile Mindset podcast launched. But before 2021 ends, we have one tiny little thing to get through, which is Christmas. However you usually celebrate it, or if you don't too, there can be an awful lot of pressure at this time of year. You may have some time off work, and far from it being a relaxing time doing what you want to do, often that much needed free time is expected to be filled with visits and meetups with family and friends. And where there are groups of people at this time of year, there is often a lot of focus and talk about babies and children, and maybe questions too about when you're going to be having a baby. I know that many people have a lot of anxiety at this time of year, and it can be difficult to know how to navigate your way through the work parties, the family gatherings, and all the celebrations. Do you feel like celebrating this year, or has the shine somewhat been taken off of it for you? However you are feeling is okay. It's a reflection of what is going on for you, and there is no one way you should be feeling at this time of year or one way to cope. We all have different things that we need and things that we definitely don't want or need. And what's important is that you find your best way for you to spend the Christmas and New Year period. So what I'd like to share with you today is a pick and mix of thoughts and ideas to support you from now and until the end of the year. And my next episode, which will be the last of the year, will be on how to end the year in a loving and supportive way towards yourself. End the year in a good place, even if it's not where you expected or wanted to be. More on that next week. For now, let's focus on what is going on for you, what expectations there are, and how you can make this time as enjoyable and calm as possible. So the first thing I'd like to invite you to do is check in with what you want from this time of year. What do you really want? Not what's expected of you or is just the usual traditional way of doing things for you and your family. If you could choose to spend some time at Christmas in exactly the way you want to, what would that look like? Who would you be with? Where would you be? And what would you be doing? And why, for you, is this the perfect way to spend some time? Get really clear on it. Pause this if you wish and allow yourself to imagine and dream, and write it down if you want to too. Imagine it now, how good it would feel to do exactly this. How good for you it would be. How good it would be for your partner and whoever else you choose to spend time with. How this might be something you do this year because it's really needed, or whether it could in fact become a new Christmas tradition for you, something you always make time for because it's important to you. Whatever that perfect scenario is, see now how you can make time for it, how it can fit into your calendar over the next week or so. You may still wish to visit family and take part in the usual traditions or not, you know what you need, but whatever you do, can you also make time for this special time, the way you want to spend Christmas? Whether that's a movie marathon day wearing PJs and eating your favourite food, or it's a retreat to the countryside with long walks in nature, or a day spent solely on self-care that feels luxurious and healing. Whatever you want and need, please listen to it and find a way to make it happen. If you have a hard time either letting your imagination run wild to create this time, or then also finding how and when to put this idea into action, then EFT tapping can be your friend here. Just say whatever is on your mind as you tap through the points. If you need guidance using EFT, episode 20 of the podcast has everything you need. You may want to tap on words such as, I have no idea how I really want to spend my time, or am I allowed to break with tradition and do my own thing? I wonder how I could give some time to myself during the holidays. The tapping will help your fears, doubts and blocks to your imagination fall away, so you can easily and naturally get in touch with what you need to do. Now, once you have something planned and put in the diary, whether it's a half day or a few days of time, it may then make any family or friends gatherings that you've been dreading feel a little bit more manageable. And if there are some parts of Christmas coming up that you're spending with others, I have a little tip for you that will help protect you and your energy, whatever is going on around you. Family drama, being face to face with children, babies and pregnancy, probing questions from your relatives, all of this can be handled with a little support for you. And that support comes in the form of a bubble. Now, unless you're driving, I'd love you to follow these simple steps with me now to set up your own bubble of protection and comfort. Close your eyes if you wish to, although you don't need to, and imagine that you are surrounded by a giant bubble. The bubble is in front of you, to the sides, over your head, under your feet, and behind you. A giant shimmering bubble, surrounding you and keeping you safe. This bubble can be any colour. Give it a colour that feels comforting. And know that this bubble can be with you at any time. This bubble is strong. It cannot be broken, but you can see through it and you can have conversations with people and you can hear what they're saying. And if their words feel good, feel supportive, they can permeate the bubble and come through to you to join you in your space. But if someone says words that are upsetting, that are hurtful, that you don't want to absorb, these words just bounce off the surface of the bubble. They don't come into your space. That space is sacred. It's just for you to bring in what you want and what you need. And as you navigate through different gatherings with people, this bubble can be with you at all times. You may want to take a moment to set it up before you enter a situation, or reset it in your mind as certain conversations are taking place around you, knowing that all the good stuff is inside this bubble with you. You can see your friends and family, you can be with your friends and family, and anything they say that you don't need right now can simply bounce off the surface of this bubble. It doesn't have to come in with you. You are safe, you are supported. Now, if you've had a chance to set up that bubble, it can be very easy to reset it whenever you need to. It may sound simple, but it can be an extremely powerful tool, so I hope you enjoy using your bubble over this festive time and any time you want to feel the protection and support of it. Lastly, I'd love to invite you to bring in some joy. We associate joy with this season, but you may not be feeling it right now. Joy brings a certain lightness, a sense of freedom, and I'd love you to experience some joy. Can you start to notice the small things that bring you joy and happiness? Things that make your heart lift and bring you the feeling of a smile or the smile itself. It could be a morning walk in the frost, watching a squirrel play, that first sip of a hot drink when you return home, belly laughs with a favourite TV comedy show, a chat with a friend, wrapping a present for someone special, and any number of tiny things that happen every day and that have the ability to bring joy to us. When you're feeling low, it can be hard to connect with joy, I know, but remember that everything that has ever brought you joy in the past is still there, and each of them are opportunities to allow that joy to light up in you again. EFT can be such a support in rediscovering and connecting with joy, and last week I recorded a live on Instagram with 3 steps to allow, connect with and keep joy. It's under 20 minutes long, and I'll put the link in the show notes so you can watch and connect with joy yourself. Do you follow me on Instagram already? Because it's where I spend most of my online time, as well as in the Facebook group with my Sanctuary members, so it would be really lovely to connect with you over there. You can find me on Instagram at fertile_mindset. I have lots more support coming to Instagram in the new year, and I look forward to seeing you there. Well, that's it for me today, and I'll be back for one more episode before the end of the year. I know this can be a strange time when you're on a fertility journey, and I hope that you have some moments of peace, of relaxation, of indulgence, and of joy this Christmas time. Sending you so much love from my heart to yours, and I'll see you soon. I'm so pleased you're listening to the Fertile Mindset podcast, and now I would love to invite you to join us in the Fertile Mindset Sanctuary. The Sanctuary is my fertility support membership, which is focused on taking care of you and helping you enjoy your life while you wait for your baby. In the Sanctuary, I'll guide you through using an amazing technique called EFT or tapping, and you'll soon be feeling less stressed and more joyful. If you're not already in the Sanctuary, do come and join us today, because the best time to start receiving support on your fertility journey is always right now. Honestly, it makes such a difference to have good quality emotional support and techniques that you can pick up and use yourself whenever you need them. Go to fertilemindset.com/sanctuary to join us today. I look forward to hopefully seeing you there and at the next episode of the Fertile Mindset podcast.